Hello Varun, welcome on India.com. So we are here regarding your teleplay Wrong Turn, Varun. So congratulations for it, first of all. And I just want to know how is doing a teleplay different from doing a regular theater production? How does this work?
So the rehearsal time is slightly lesser because ultimately you're going to shoot it. You don't have to perform in front of the audiences. So even if you make a fumble or you forget a line, you can just carry on.
Right.
And so yes, the preparation time is slightly lesser, but still, uh, like we were told that probably 1 week of rehearsals and then we can go on floor. And I was not convinced that that would be the right way to go about it, because somewhere you do need that continuity of performance if you're doing a play. So we took much longer. We rehearsed for almost 20, 25 odd days. But it was a very enjoyable process, working with other senior actors who I have known personally
Right.
from before. But,
Hmm.
to do a play and to see, everybody's process of getting into their character,
Right.
and all those things, that was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you come down to doing the play,
Right.
recording it, it does lack the spontaneity of a stage performance.
Right.
Because you have a live audience sitting there, and the response is not as immediate as one finds, in an
Right.
auditorium.
Right. So what does Varun Badola enjoy more? A stage production or this a camera setup and the stage production?
Um, so obviously, if it comes to a play, then I would always choose a theater performance in an
Okay.
auditorium in front of the audiences. But see, there is a downside to that, and that is that how many people can an auditorium accommodate? There
Right.
will always be a number attached to it.
Right.
Um, the biggest one in Bombay, I think, in Mumbai has a capacity of probably 1,000.
Right.
If Tata is considered to be the biggest.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, though I remember Sharma Khanand had a huge capacity, but still, more than 1,000 people can watch this play at once
Right.
on any digital
Hmm.
platform. So yes, there are some upsides to it too. Going digital with such creations.
Right. 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 So Varun, you have had this fantastic, terrific run on TV, right? And I want to know what stopped you from pursuing the same journey in cinema.
Probably I never went out and asked for work.
Okay.
I always and only did work which came my way, and
Hmm.
the so-called, going out and meeting people for work was never my cup of tea.
Hmm.
And then probably because what happened is that yeah, I did do a few films,
Right.
sporadic. I would do one
Hmm.
here and one there. But I don't know. Probably or maybe one has to be a part of a group or a gang or whatever it may be. I always thought that one good performance on TV
Right.
might reach the powers that be and people who matter on films.
Okay.
Uh, Maybe it did, maybe it did not, or maybe people thought that I was too busy doing um, television, and that's why I would never find time for films. Well, even
Okay.
that was not the
Hmm.
absolute truth.
Hmm. But had
But then
given
I
a
did think
chance.
about
Yeah, I'm sorry.
it.
Yeah, did I interrupt?
No, no, no. I don't think about it.
Okay.
It's just what I was saying.
Okay, okay. So, Varun, one thing that I totally admire and totally love about you is that you're blessed with this incredibly talented family. Of course, Mr. Vishwa Mohan Badola was there and he was legendary. Condolences for his death. And, Rajeshwari is there. I'm a big fan. So, does it make you any bit conscious before taking up any project? Do you think how would my family react to a certain something that I'm doing?
No, I don't ever have to think about it because uh, somewhere deep down, I'm so convinced that I will not pick up anything which is not worthy of my time.
Right.
So, so yeah, I really don't have to think about what the family is going to think. See, even as a performer, I feel that um, you know, if an actor decides to become a villain in films, तो परिवार वाले क्या सोचते होंगे? मतलब you can't always be thinking about what the others are going to think of your
Right.
work.
Right.
But then, yeah, whatever little work I've done till now,
Mm.
I have always, tried to look at the character and will
Mm.
it really keep me interested in a long run?
Right.
And that has been my only criteria and nothing else.
Right. Right. So, Varun, you just mentioned that you never went out to asking for work. I want to know that is it wrong? What is wrong in asking for work? And I see
Nothing wrong.
many actors doing that.
Nothing wrong in it. Absolutely nothing wrong in it.
Mm.
Absolutely nothing wrong in it. Probably I was too shy, and well, not that I did not do it at all, but
Right.
it so happened that I was a part of everybody's next project, and that next project never came. So then I thought that I'll be just spending too much of time looking for that one great opportunity,
Mm.
and I have firmly believed always that काम को काम की तरह लो मतलब
जी.
not that you when you're doing films you're acting more, when you're doing television you're acting less. That doesn't
Mm.
happen.
Mm.
Somewhere I feel acting on television, and if you do it with all your honesty and dedication, is much more difficult than doing films.
Right.
Films can never come close to it because acting, or rather working 12 hours day in and day out for months together, it
Mm.
can actually get onto your nerves. And
Right.
even then to churn out good performances and to make it juicy enough for the audiences to enjoy,
Right.
it takes a lot of hard work.
Right. Right.
So as you rightly said, there's nothing wrong in going out, reaching out to people and asking for work.
Mm.
um, I was probably too shy to do that, so
Okay. Yeah.
I did make a few attempts, but I
Mm.
never
That's
succeeded.
fair. That's fair, Varun. I think that's truly fair. Every actor has his own journey. Varun, you became this heartthrob with your performance in Des Mein Nikla Hoga Chan and other shows as well. It was a romantic show, and you were this incredibly romantic icon that had just emerged. So, how do you see romance changing on screen today, on the small screen? Do you think the screen today has better liberties when it comes to filming, say, intimate scenes or overtly romantic scenes?
If I were to compare them to Des Mein Nikla Hoga Chand, they look like nursery rhymes because we actually crossed the line a lot of times in that. And it was all suggestive, mind you. It was all suggestive, but still, I think um, we just took it to another level in those times.
Right.
I was actually told first we were asked to, keep the chemistry steamy, and then few months down the line we were told कि थोड़ा कम कर दो यार 9 बजे का slot है. Uh,
Okay.
but then still it was all suggestive, and
Right.
I personally haven't really seen that kind of and
Fire.
understand that kind of comfort between two actors.
Okay.
Um, and see, I know that Des Mein Nikla Hoga Chand had become a yardstick for the new shows, and if what I'm told is anything to go by, then it still remains one, and it's been a long, long time.
Right. Right.
If people of this generation are told that, listen, there used to be a show called Des Mein Nikla Hoga Chand,
Right.
then I think that it did really serve the purpose it was made for.
Right. Right. So would you do a second season of Des Mein Nikla Hoga Chand if it comes your way? Like, do you see that potential in the series? And I'm absolutely asking you as a fan also.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Um, because I think Dev and Pammi, those characters, if Niklla Hoga chance is made again, should be played by a younger generation, not me.
I'm
I
sorry.
haven't met
What should be played by?
Dev and Pammi, the main characters.
Right.
They should be played by the younger generation and not by me. Or
Oh,
I don't know what Sangeeta looks like at the moment, but something tells me that she would be a lot fitter.
okay.
So probably she can still play Pammi, but no, there's no chance of me playing
But
Dev.
you just did this romantic show. I mean, it was. I mean, I found it romantic. Mere Dad Ki Dulhan. So, what's the harm?
No, so there is a huge difference
Hmm.
between Mere Dad Ki Dulhan and Desh Mein Nikla Hoga Chand.
Hmm.
They just might look like the same genre. That's
Hmm.
romance, but they are. That's exactly where the similarity ends.
Right.
Uh, it was more matured. Desh Mein Nikla Hoga Chand had more of heart, in the sense it was at times completely abrasive,
Hmm.
which Mere Dad Ki Dulhan wasn't. And yeah, and do not forget that though it was a romantic story, it was supposed to be one.
Hmm.
There was a huge factor in between. The dad and Dulhan also had a Mere,
Right. Right.
with the girl. And
Right.
I personally feel that, you know, the father-daughter relationship actually scored more than anything else in that
Right.
show.
Right, right. So Varun, coming back to Wrong Turn, what does theater in general, whether teletheater or stage production, it gives you? What does it give you? How well does it satisfy the creative soul in you?
Oh, it does. It does. It does. In the sense, when you do television or films, though you do have a script in hand and you do rehearse, but the rehearsals are not as extensive. Um, Theater, in that sense, is more fulfilling, more gratifying, because you rehearse for probably a month or two. You get to know your co-actors and the space for a longer time.
Right,
You live with a character for a much longer time, and the idiosyncrasies and the nuances of the character, I think they come out a lot better. And the best part is that two performances are never the same.
right,
you know um, you can either do a better performance or a worse one, or probably a performance which was equally good but not the same performance. It'll be a different performance. But
right.
what you can on television and films, well, 100 years down the line, it'll still look the same because it was done just once.
Right, 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 absolutely. So Varun, a bit of a deep question, I would say. I don't know how else to describe it. So, are you running after anything? Is there anything you want to achieve now? What do you aspire to do? Some project that you really, really want to do? Something dreamy that we say.
I just had one dream to perform,
Right,
and I never dreamt of subjects. I only dreamt of performing whatever good comes my way. I still don't think about कि यार उस फिल्म का वो कैरेक्टर मैं अगर करता तो कैसा करता. No,
mm,
I I never thought that a Koshish-Ek Aashaa
right, right,
or an Astitva or a Des or even Ek Chabhi Hai Padoss mein will come my way. I never thought that a show like Mere Dad Ki Dulhan will be made on Indian television. Um, Frankly speaking, it sounded like a very far-fetched idea
right,
just a few years back, because see, when I started doing Mere Dad Ki Dulhan, I was asked to gain weight. I gained weight. I was 92 kgs. I was asked to keep a salt and pepper. So I had long locks, almost like, and
right,
I had a beard, and I had a pretty heavy beard.
Right.
and I was playing the main protagonist. Something that I haven't seen happening on Indian television in a long, long time. So, but that's I rather let my career remain a box of chocolate. I should not really do again.
That's such a wonderful statement to make, Varun. Okay, so I would wrap up by asking this question that been meaning to ask you for a long time, Varun. I actually watched one of your interviews sometime back, or I think I read somewhere you saying that you left Delhi because you wanted to come out of your father's shadow. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I want to know that was he satisfied with your work? What did he tell you? What did he used to tell you about your work, about your success, about the fandom, about the fame that you had?
He never said a thing about it. So the deal was that my father and I would never speak about work,
Okay.
as I had written in his obituary too that
Mm.
my father never sat me down and told me that
Right.
this is what you're supposed to be doing and
Mm.
whatnot. I did have a very brief discussion about his name and how it was proving to be a hindrance. And he said that, fine, then you go and find a place where my name would not really come in your way.
Okay.
And I did that. I came to Bombay, and he never had a problem with me coming to Bombay. And see, not that I had a problem with my father's name, but I always understood and I knew that if I take favors from people who know him, it will always put that added pressure onto me, because then I'll have to perform not as Varun Badola, but as Mr. V.M. Badola's son.
Right. Right.
That's something that I wanted to avoid. I wanted to avoid that. And frankly, even when my father passed away, he used to live with me. And we were one of those kinds where, we would be sitting with our drinks with an ashtray between the two of us, and having discussions on various issues. Uh, but he never told me that, oh boy, you've turned into such a brilliant actor, or anything of that sort.
Mm.
I do not remember him praising me ever. And I was completely okay with it, because see, there's a very fantastic example. We were playing a match at CCI, the Cricket Club of India. It was televised. I was playing for the Mumbai Heroes, and five were needed of the last ball, and I hit the ball over mid wicket for a six. So I came back home, and the whole stadium had gone bonkers. I entered his room, and he said, "Aaj jeet gaye?" मैंने कहा हाँ. अब next match. Hmm. चल drink बना. So I'll tell you what was this relationship like. What was it like between me and my father? Um, so there was a certain yardstick which was set. There was a certain benchmark. There was a certain level which was always supposed to be maintained. And till the time that level was maintained, everything was fine. So अगर उस लेवल के नीचे आपने ऑपरेट करना शुरू किया, तो उस दिन बात होगी. जब तक आप उस लेवल के ऊपर ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, then there is nothing to talk.
Right. Right.
So yeah, why waste time singing eulogies, because वो तो दुनिया कर ही रही है. So and I um, in my life I never ever felt that, yeah, my father never really appreciated me. No, he always did. And that he never said it was the best part, because I knew what exactly he felt. And so whenever we had those conversations, we would talk like, two men who were hardly ever bothered about the popularity and the fame that they had. Or my father was never bothered about it. Frankly telling you, he passed away on the 23rd of November. And I, as a child, and even when I grew up, I knew that my father was famous and that he was big. I had no idea how big he was till the time he passed away.
Hmm.
And that's because his fame and his name and his popularity never really mattered to me. And that's exactly what I've inherited from him. It really doesn't matter to me. Um, one satisfaction that I always wanted, um, and satisfaction that I wanted to give him too, that I'm bloody good with my job. I take my work very seriously and I do it to the best of my abilities. Um, well, a few things will, reap benefits. A few things will fall flat. A few, I'll fail too as an actor. There would come a time when I'll completely fail as an actor, or a character would not work at all. Not that it hasn't really happened to me in life. But then so be it. You win some, you lose some. But nobody can ever come up to me and tell me that I did not give it my best shot.
Right.
So that is the most important thing.
Mhm. We are so glad, Varun. And that was such a heartfelt explanation. Thank you so much for that. And we know that you're making him proud. So all the best again, and all our best wishes. Congratulations for Wrong Turn, and we hope to see you again and again sooner than we expect. Thank you for talking to India.com.
Thank you so much.